My people, we are back. It's been an episode, and I've been waiting on for, I say a month or two. Shit.
Yeah.
Summertime, we're in here blitzed.
Yeah.
My boy Carter Southern is in the building from LA. What up, baby?
What's up, my guy?
What you been doing, man? Just to catch up with me on life. Like, how's life on the West Coast?
Pretty fucking good for me. Just because I haven't been doing anything.
Chilling?
It's been this. I hate it. You sound like an asshole saying it's been the best year of your life. With all this shit going on, like the world's in chaos. But honestly, that chaos has made my life one that I appreciate. I appreciate life more than I've ever appreciated it.
After this year, the past year?
After this year, it's been. I'm looking through life through a new lens. And
I feel that.
I couldn't be more grateful. I've been on disability because I had 2 shoulder surgeries.
Damn.
I had 2 torn labrums.
Damn.
Dislocated my shoulders so many times. I was losing track. And
Doing what?
Basketball, baseball, just sports over time. I would just dislocate my shoulder, and then it just kept happening because like once it's torn, it's torn. So you just keep doing the most stupid. I crossed over a basketball one time and I dislocated my shoulder.
Damn.
Yeah. So after that, I was just like, okay, I'm only 23 and this just keeps happening. I should just take care of it. And so I just kind of decided to kind of bite the bullet, suck it up, and just get it taken care of. But in doing so, that meant I was going to be out for a year because you really can't do shit. Like, I still, do what I can.
Right.
Try to stay active, but I'm not trying to push it because I don't want to deal with it. They were telling me I was going to need a shoulder replacement in my like early 40s.
Damn.
Yeah, it was looking bad.
That's crazy. Hold up. I'm pressing gain on this. We're good, but. Oh, wait, there we are. Hold on.
I'm so fucking happy that we played this.
Same. Yeah, but shoulder surgeries.
Yeah.
You left Farmington.
Yep.
It's this crazy move. What age did you leave here? Because it was kind of just up on the up. Were you?
I immediately left Farmington after I graduated and moved to St. Louis.
So you were 17, 18?
18, yeah. I was 18 after graduating. Moved to St. Louis to save money so that I could move to LA. Because when I graduated, I knew that I didn't want to go to college because I wasn't nothing motivated me.
Right.
Like literally nothing. I had ideas of things that I would like to do, but nothing that really like got me excited. And I can't really explain it any other way than that. So by telling my mom I don't want to go to college, surprisingly coming from an educator, she was supportive of that, knowing that, school isn't what it should be. It's not, I don't agree with the way that we're making kids spend all this money to ultimately not be guaranteed a good earnings.
Right.
Like you're really just setting yourself up for debt, and that didn't make sense to me really early.
Right.
Because I was like, am I really about to pay money that I don't have to do something that I may not even like?
Right.
It didn't make sense to me. So, I'm just not, I'm not slow, but I'm not the brightest already. Like school, it just wasn't my thing. Like I really had to work hard to get good grades. Like.
Damn, I figured you'd been like top of the class.
Okay, I wasn't like a dummy.
Right.
But I'm probably underselling myself, but in my own personal opinion, I view like the book stuff it took me longer.
Right.
I failed chemistry. I was garbage at math. I was barely passing those. What I was interested in was stuff like history, and I think it has.
That was my favorite subject too.
I love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I had cool teachers.
Because you can learn names and real people and remember it.
Even though probably half of it wasn't accurate.
Yep.
I don't care.
Facts.
I don't care. It was still cool for me because it's what got me excited. That's the things that's how life becomes like clear to me. It's like, okay, what is exciting me? What's making me happy to do?
Okay.
I want to wake up.
That kind of leads to the next question, history. So I was gonna say, LA is kind of the Hollywood century role and all that, and you say history. So acting.
Yeah.
What history drove you to that, and what drove you to LA to get to that? What flipped the script to that?
Oh, that honestly, I wish that it was more inspiring than I just didn't know what else to do. I wish it was more inspiring than that, but I don't think it would be truthful. So I think it was just. I guess this is. I just didn't answer the initial question.
Mm-hmm. That's I like the truth though, you know.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Because most people would probably think that Carter's been.
No, I was always I loved music and stuff like I liked film, but I wasn't like inspired by film. Like even now, I wouldn't say that I'm even equivalent to some of the people that really are motivated by film.
Right.
Like I've got good friends that are really inspired by that, and it gets me going, and I'm just excited to be a part of it. But it's not something that I would say is like really like driving my desire to want to be in film. It's more so just like I enjoy doing it. Like it couldn't be more simple than that.
People and just
I'm very interested in like taking on a personality and taking on a character. It's like it's a fun way to step away from yourself, because if you're here too long, you don't really have an opportunity to grow.
Right.
You have to be able to step outside of yourself, and I'm grateful that taught me that early on.
And do you feel like that's where your mom was okay with you not going to school because she kind of felt that within you?
I think she knows that whenever I have to work hard, I will.
Right.
I think that she just trusted me.
Right.
And so did my dad. I couldn't be more grateful, because I feel like if they would have been against it, I would be doing something I hate right now. Because I feel like I would have folded. I feel like I would have just done whatever they wanted me to. Well, who's to say?
Right.
Who's to say, man? I can't speak for my 17-year-old self, because he was an idiot.
So the 17-year-old self gets off the plane in Los Angeles.
I know. I keep fucking forgetting to answer the initial question.
No. What do you do then? What was?
Well,
give me the 1 to 2 year, like how that was.
Oh, okay.
Like how the first.
Just grind. It was just grind. It was exactly
whatever you can find, like.
It was exactly the way I expected it. So here's what I did right. I had an agent already in St. Louis, and that got me in touch with people that were already in LA.
Within the acting?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my initial manager, was actually my acting coach in St. Louis. So that's why I moved to St. Louis right after I graduated. It was because I wanted to be closer to my agency, and I wanted to be able to work in the city where I was going to also be getting commercial work.
Right.
Whatever it was just going to be more convenient.
Bigger and yeah.
I felt like it was going to be, I don't know, I was just going to have more of an opportunity to grow. And that way I knew within like 8 months I planned on moving to LA, so I was just going to work my ass off until I had enough money. I was saving money just so I could move.
Right.
So then by the time I do get to LA, I'm with a manager that was my acting coach in St. Louis, and nothing was really coming of it. It was just kind of a waiting game. Like, she was telling me all these things that I needed to do, and I really should preface this with I'm very grateful for everybody that's helped me along my journey, because I feel like even as far down as like one of the teachers at Farmington, Miss Mays Nielsen, she really played a part in me even booking my first commercial, like in St. Louis. I did this like Missouri Lottery commercial, and that's honestly what
just
gave me
your
the
face
confidence.
out there.
It gave me the confidence to do it. It was the first commercial I ever auditioned for, and I booked it. So call it luck, call it
That ain't luck, man. You know what I mean? People know what they got. You know.
Sure. I don't know. It was more so I just look at that and I'm like, damn, she was even a part of that journey. So not that everybody along your journey is gonna do like all these things for you or have played like a specific. You're not gonna always be able to identify it as good or bad,
right?
Because you don't know what it's gonna come from it. So it's best to just appreciate why you're thinking the way that you are now, why you're able to do the things that you are now. And so anyway, I keep going on these damn.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. That's what I want to hear.
Okay, cool.
That's what I want to hear.
Cool, 'cause you're gonna get loud.
And no, but okay.
But all I was gonna get at there was the manager that I was with. Basically, just wasn't doing much for me whenever I was there. I was just being told I needed to cut my hair. I cut my hair. She was telling me that I needed to do specific things online. Like, it just wasn't adding up to where I was like, okay, I'm going to all these acting classes. Why am I not getting sent on auditions? And so I was telling, actually, I'm not going to even give away too much specifics here. I'm not going to give away too much specifics because it was one of those things where he actually, fuck it. I'll just say it.
Yeah, I want to hear that shit.
Well, no offense, but he is dead. He's dead now, and
damn,
I feel bad laughing. I'm really not trying to. I'm not.
No, I feel bad too, but yeah, I get you. I get you. RP homie.
And seriously, no.
RP
So
homie.
I'm so grateful for him. His name was Richard Brander. He was one of the guys that just it made me have a deeper love for what I do.
Right.
It really did.
That makes sense.
And so I'm really grateful for him. But he actually got me in contact with my next manager, who actually started.
That was gonna be my next question too. What was like some of the first work you got into out there?
I booked a film. I mean, I would do like whatever I could. Like,
hold up, and then before that, what's the process of getting into film? Because I guess some people.
Man, it's hard.
I guess someone like me, I would think, damn, Carter's just a good looking guy. Someone saw him on Instagram, come play in a movie. But does it take more than that?
I mean, sometimes it can be that simple if your following game is crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because,
right.
Put it this way, like, this is more so internet, so you can't really call it film, but it's still, it was a legitimate project, and it looked dope, but something like Brat, which is the channel, it's the network on, or not network, it's the channel on YouTube.
I'm not aware.
Well, they're the show, they're the ones that did the show that I was on.
Oh, okay.
And most of the people that they hire, they just pull a bunch of influencers and
right.
put them on this show.
YouTube and...
Yeah, they pull them from, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And they're kids that really can't act, but they pull all these views.
Right.
And no offense to them, because get your bread and
right.
get your face out there.
Exactly.
I really don't hate on any of this. It's like, do whatever you want, but it isn't equivalent to something like making a film. It's just not the same.
And that was your first one?
That film was the first thing.
What was it called?
Well, they changed it. It was initially called The Message, and then
I remember that.
Lake Arrowhead. And here's the deal.
Why? You giving us the spill on that?
I'm gonna tell you the real way that I view it without being mean. Because I'm grateful for that film. I'm grateful for that film because it opened a lot of doors for me. And it, anything that you can ever work on, it's a win.
Right.
You take it as a win. You go out, you do all these auditions, and it's like if anything goes through, you just accept it. You're happy.
Right.
Because unless you're making it yourself, you can't really complain. You can't really. You get what you get.
And it takes some steps to get to doing it yourself.
Yeah, if that's really what you want to do. Because right now, that is not what I want to do.
What, acting?
No, making films.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll still act. I love acting.
What's okay? Because I'm confused on that. I guess don't understand that. What's the difference on acting and making a film, or like directing and?
Oh, it's just
hard writing scripts.
Well, yeah, no, that's a separate job. That's writers.
Damn.
Not everybody's that directs it writes the film. Like a lot of the.
But most people would think that.
Yeah, probably. Not everybody does that. Like a lot of filmmakers, it's multiple people who got their hands in the pot. You know what I mean? It's not just, and that's normally, a good thing. You want all these collaborative.
So would you say after that first film you felt was there any more outreach after that? What was after that?
It doesn't work.
Was it the people or was it a?
Can I tell you, as naive as my brain got?
Yeah, go.
As naive as my brain got, just because I was excited and I was like, I don't know what comes from making a film, and people are gonna start, coming up to your face and seeing.
It wasn't the hype.
Yeah, well, I honestly didn't expect to be like famous after a film. It was more so like, but I did expect to, have people reaching out to me because they saw me a part of something. But the truth is, so many fucking projects are made every year.
Yeah. So
many projects. So like actually getting your name attached to something that does really, really well it's not that common. You gotta keep working and just hope that you get to be a part of something like that, or you have good enough representation where you're able to get through that door. But that was a part of my process, is that finding that representation. And like I said, I'm really grateful for everybody that's been a part of my journey. Literally everybody. And I gotta give a shout out to my manager, my ex-manager.
Ex-manager, was manager?
His name was Brandon Carr. I'm super grateful for him. I'm grateful for Susan Nichols. I'm grateful for Joshua Revise, if I'm saying his name right. I'm grateful for my current manager, John Alcaraz. And all those people are, like, I just gotta say that because
You don't do nothing by yourself, ever.
Yeah, none of this I could do by myself.
Oh, parents and all that, you gotta thank mom.
I have the most privileged benefit, like, I could keep fucking up the next 15 years of my life, and I know I'll still be fine because I had such a good groundwork done. Like anytime I fuck up, I'm good.
What you mentioned in the intro, at this last year, you feel better than ever.
Oh yeah.
What did Corona drive you to? And how was
I was working through a portion of it because I actually worked for a medical device company. This is, I guess, what I should tell everybody is that, like, I didn't just up and move to LA, no job, nothing. I was very fortunate. I was with a company in St. Louis called Universal Hospital Services at the time, and then I realized that I could actually transfer with the company to LA. I was just gonna move. Like, they knew that I was moving, and he was like, "Okay, give me a good 8 months," and I was just gonna dip. When I realized I could transfer with the company, I annoyed the shit out of my current boss.
right?
Which I guess I'm technically still with the company, but I haven't been at work in 8 months, 9 months.
Makes sense.
But I annoyed the shit out of him from St. Louis for maybe like 3 months.
Damn.
And he finally was like, "Okay, next time you're in, I'll give you an interview." You know, literally, I was getting on a plane in 3 days to come visit. So I was like,
you weren't bullshitting.
I was like, "How's a couple days?" So I guess he thought I was crazy when I showed up. And my dad was going there for a work trip, so I went out there. And
To LA?
Well, he was actually what I did was actually kind of ridiculous. I drove far as shit in an Uber. I probably spent $150 just on the initial.
Was your dad aware?
Oh, that I was spending that much money?
Or that what you were doing?
Oh, he knew what I was doing.
Oh, okay.
He knew what I was doing. Because they weren't about to let me move to LA without at least visiting. So
Right.
that me even getting hired was just a hope. I still was moving, but I was just like, damn, please let this go.
So you go with dad, Uber drive, interview. How is it when you get there?
Well, he's out there for work. I don't see my dad at all, hardly at all.
No, how's the interview when you get there for the job?
Amazing. Literally, Donald Porter he's currently up hired. They're gonna see this and probably have to fire me. Smoking this shit.
Donald won't see this.
I don't want to go back anyways, bro. It's okay. I'm grateful for them too.
Right.
I'm really grateful for them. I've just anyway, man. Before I get going on too much storytelling, he's just really wondering how serious I am about actually, I guess, coming out.
Who? Donald?
His name's Donnell.
Oh, Donnell.
Yeah, Donnell. He's the coolest boss I've ever had. The dopest boss. And for some reason, I can't even tell you my memory is so like foggy when it comes to like what that even was, other than me pulling up, and he's like, I don't even know what I was wearing, to be honest. I was wearing something like I was going to the beach. I don't know what the fuck I was wearing.
And I remember you had the short hair, man. Like,
yeah, man. I don't know what he could have been thinking, but I guess my boss in St. Louis gave a good recommendation.
So you get the job. What is the 17-year-old kid thinking back the ride from there back to dad?
I was just excited, man. Even if that went wrong, though, I think my mindset was still, I'll make it happen however I gotta make it happen.
Right.
I was way more hungry than I am right now. And I don't say that in a very, like, demeaning way to, like, my current self. Because
right.
I love what my current self is. It's more so, like, I wasn't taking no for an answer. Like, whoever was going to do, whoever was going to try to block me along the way, I was just too hungry to, I was just too excited for life, bro. I was excited for, like, what was to come. And I still am, just in a very different way.
That's what's up, man. That's
very
what's up.
Way.
What's the next 3 years got aligned for Carlton Southern?
I couldn't even answer that.
And I was gonna say, if you can't think that far, but how do you plan? Like, how do you plan kind of like that thinking, like over your future? You know what I'm saying?
I look at what is making me excited to live. I literally just look at that. Right now, the only reason I'm able to talk this freely is because I've been on disability for as long as I have, and it's allowed me to actually realize how fleeting all of this is, like how tomorrow could be taken from me.
Right.
So am I really about to spend time worrying about something that could or couldn't happen? It's more so I appreciate the day that's in front of me, and then I deal with it.
Right.
And that probably sounds really reckless. The rest of the world.
No, because
but
people ask me like, DJ, how you doing and all that, and I'll just be like, I'm good. It's just day by day thing. Some days I'm chilling, and some days, I'm not good. But it's just a day by day thing, and I just feel like I was telling you earlier, it's just more evolving to everything. It's just not really expecting, but you feel like you can do more, and you aren't at the highest. You know what I mean? There's just more. There's more to do what you got to do. So I feel that when you say you really don't know, because we might not be alive tomorrow. So we can't think too far ahead.
It's really hard for me to gauge that right now. I wish I had a more inspiring answer for people. Just because I'm just being real. I don't know. I don't know what to expect out of life. I don't know what to expect out of me other than to just give people the best version of me that I can possibly give them, and then move forward. I still have goals. I still have things that I want to do. I'm just not in a hurry to do them.
I feel that.
I just don't view life as like this. I have to reach this. I have to reach this moment. Like I feel like this moment can be that moment.
Right.
Like, I appreciate this for what it is. I appreciate I don't know when I'll see you again.
Right.
Like when I'll be able to be this candid ever again. Like I think this is a dope opportunity. To me, this makes me excited for life.
I appreciate that. That makes me excited. It makes me feel good.
I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you for doing this because it's not like as far-fetched as what people try to make it seem. Nothing is really that far-fetched. It's just a product of however you're going to think about it.
Right.
Like if you really view it, like if you want this to be successful, it fucking will.
And I see it, and that's why I tell people, man, I just feel like, that's why, I close the door on football because I just have visions and, I see my strengths in different things. Like I've, like protesting well and leading kids down here in protest because of my voice. And, yeah, man, just.
I don't think that's a coincidence.
No, it's not.
I think that it's something that's. I don't know what I feel about destiny. I don't know how I feel about any of that, to be honest. It's not like I have the answers in the universe or anything. It's more so like I think that you have a clear cut draw. That's the best way I can put it. People are drawn to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why I've been trying to chop with you too. And I kind of got this question too. And don't put me in this fact when I ask this and talking to Mike when you answer this. You're from St. Francis County. You moved to Cali.
Yeah.
But St. Francis County is home. Sure. What's Black Lives Matter mean to you?
Oh, I have to answer this as truthfully as I can because it's made me. I was immediately like, okay, I have to show up here because this isn't something that I want to keep having to talk about. I don't want to keep having to talk about this shit. Like, it's not fun for anybody. Nobody wants to be this split, like this divided.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody feels that everybody feels so hurt that they don't know how else to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
But by being hateful.
Right.
And that's where we're at.
Because it's the wave or the vibe or
we're not communicating in an effective way. We're communicating in a very hurtful and painful way, and it's for good reason. I don't say this oblivious to the fact of what's gotten us here.
Right.
It's just been more hate though. As basic as I can put it, it's just been more hate. And if we keep treating everything with that same language and that same attitude, it doesn't do anything for anybody. All you can really do is lead with love. As corny as that sounds, that's the only thing that I know how to do.
Yep.
So it's like, if I can't express it even on this, the way that I want it to, because regardless of however way I answer this, somebody's going to hate me for it. Or somebody's going to hate what I have to say. But I try to be as helpful and real in real time as I possibly can be. If I see that there's a way that I can help people that need it, I try to help. Because I don't know what else there is to live for.
Right.
And that's as real as I can put it. So I feel like if I can give anybody any sort of advice on how they should feel about Black Lives Matter, whether you feel like you're more drawn to a conservative standpoint or not, live with your heart and ask yourself, if I didn't feel so strongly about my side of this, would I be able to live in that same boat? Would I be able to live through those shoes? I'm probably not phrasing this the right way, but...
No, I definitely hear you.
All I'm really trying to say here is, you have to be able to separate yourself from the situation. And that goes for everybody. I don't mean to say this, but it's really difficult to talk about stuff like this whenever you're not the quote unquote oppressed and you're viewed as the oppressor. And I think that the mistake that we're making as a society is thinking that everybody's against them. And I don't want that to be something that we keep falling into a trap of. I think that we're very fortunate to live in the time that we live in. And just by saying that alone, people might think that I'm oppressing them because it looks like I'm trying to deflect. And just so that I can, live a powerful lifestyle. It's like, no, it's not that at all.
Dude, I hear everything you're saying, and I just like the way you answered that because you didn't even answer it in the what Black Lives Matters means to you. You don't even have to answer it.
Bro,
No way, you don't even have to answer it that way. But it's just that answers my question. It just shows how I, view what people, the small-minded around here that don't understand Black Lives Matter. They just have never left this county or anything to understand it or even get to see a different side of life and see how people in different, or just people are cultured, in general. So
it's just because people haven't been exposed to other ways of thinking or other lifestyles. It's just because you get caught up in things that make your life miserable. That's how people are viewing life.
Yep. I'm tired of seeing this on the news and stuff.
It's like this wretched, because your life is so miserable. You don't want to have to deal with any other problems. Nobody does. Like, I get it. I get why people feel so upset, but it's like, step away from the situation and look at how great life actually is. I'm not even talking about like as simple as, the fact that we have the internet, or I'm talking about just like I get to wake up, I got working limbs, like I had those surgeries, but I got to get those surgeries,
right.
Like sick. I'm super happy and excited for, even if I have shit days too. I'm just really appreciative, and I think that if we all kind of live more that way and less about
more things, the appreciative way.
Yeah. I think we just care too much about. I think we care too much about things.
Exactly,
like
bro.
Materials, and I think that's why we get so caught. And it's just a product of the society that we live in, though, bro. That's how we make our bread. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for even the way that it works sometimes too, because I'm like, look, it's driving society. Like I think that, not that things can't be a problem or be an issue. There's tons of issues, but there's also so much good shit happening too. It's a pendulum, bro. Everything is.
Yep.
You gotta match the good with the bad.
Yep.
And we live in a really cool timeline, bro. It's about to get crazy within the next 10 to 15 years.
Oh, I believe it, bro.
Crazy.
I believe it. And there's this is more life to everybody, more blessings. And it is, man, it is. And when I was protesting at the time, people was like, "You never been oppressed and all that." No, I haven't down here. And I'm appreciative for the people that are in my life and giving me a house to live, maybe when I wasn't able to lay my head somewhere and things like that. But, you just got to understand all walks of life and just be appreciative, because you don't understand what someone else might be going through, or because you don't walk in that person's shoes, So I don't judge anybody at all. I'm just appreciative of what I have, because I haven't been through I haven't been through your shit, your mother's, my neighbors, my other neighbors, my best friends, and that's my best friend, but I haven't been through all the shit he's been through. And so I'm just appreciating my own life and that I'm just here daily, so.
And the way that I like to think about, how Cole has that, have you listened to the song Snow on the Bluff?
Snow on the Bluff?
Yeah.
By J. Cole?
Yeah.
Dude, man, we ain't gonna talk about that right now, but since you said it, I'm gonna start listening to J. Cole. I've never been a J. Cole fan.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not a huge one. I don't listen to it, but I recognize his greatness.
Bro, you gotta start tapping me in some songs.
I got you.
We're gonna get on that.
Listen, he's got a line in there that says, "I think it's better or wiser to treat people more like children," and I think that's how I try to view life. I try to view people.
Because we respect all kids.
It's just more so that we have this innocence factor, like that. We see somebody that's a grown person, and I think it's this defense mechanism within us.
Yeah.
That
I never heard it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason that we're so jumpy is because we're so used to life just fucking beating us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so, the moment that somebody does exactly what we're thinking they're going to do, we're like, oh, gotcha. We wanna hate them for that. We wanna be like we want to be able to criticize it. But if you kind of if you're able to treat it just like a pattern, like any other child, like like, oh, they're gonna do this again, and it's like, oh, but they're just a kid, like they're not learning. You have to treat people kind of in a similar way. It's just because you're 23 doesn't mean that you're not still doing some kid shit.
Right.
We all are. We're all just unlearning. Like, and you don't have to.
But people don't like to come to that fact until they're within themselves sometimes. But I definitely understand what you're saying.
Oh well, sure, because you also can't. We're so used to instant gratification too, where if everything isn't answered like right when we want it to be answered, then we're hurt by that, and that's a product of the way that we live. Everything's so we're expedient. I get why we're so like on edge. It's because we've been forced into this corner unless you've allowed your way to step outside of it. Bro, I have a reminder on my phone, straight up, every morning. You can see it right here. It says, "Don't you look at this goddamn phone, you fucking idiot." Because I think it's a mistake to let that be the first thing that you tap into on the day to day. Maybe somebody can disagree with me, and that's fine. But for the way that I think, that shit will dictate the way the rest of my day goes. If I don't start my day the way that I can ground myself and set intentions for my day, then I really have a hard time. I've noticed it. I've noticed it ridiculously. So I think if we allow ourselves to step away from situations and step away from how crazy and chaotic the world is, because all of a sudden you put this thing down, look, we're just in a fucking apartment. And nothing's really happening around us. You kind of have this opportunity to recenter yourself. It allows you to think clearer. Your brain isn't in this fight or flight mode. You're not so scared for your life. But you gotta remember, we're creatures of you're just surviving. You just barely made it here.
Well, I like what you just said. He said, I got the reminder in my phone that says, "Don't you look at this phone, you goddamn idiot." First thing in the morning.
You gotta be real with yourself.
Yeah, I feel that, and you got that, and within me, and I feel like I'm coming to that door now. I wake up now I don't, because I wake up and I gotta go to fucking big boy work in the morning, but I gotta wake up and smoke in the morning, man, and I won't get on my phone, so I'll just turn on some tunes, but just to be able to deal with my day and just go, and because, somebody might piss me off, or somebody might slip up, or I might just get, I might get the wrong call walking out the door, just shit to deal, but I'm okay, and that just keeps me being okay. I wouldn't say weed keeps me being okay, but it just grounds me to knowing that, it just helps me, not see a doctor and stuff, and, just cope with myself, and I wouldn't say I abuse it, because I don't. I just feel better, and
bro, weed isn't one of those things that has to be explained to me, because we live in a society where we glorify alcohol, but we view this so we demonize.
See, I can't do it. I feel like I'm not me on alcohol. I'm not.
I mean, I get it.
I'm not.
I get it. I'm not either. I enjoy weed much more now.
Yeah.
It's made me more patient. I'm not and I understand why people don't like it also. I understand why people would feel paranoid or feel anxious. But it's honestly, I like the way that Joe Rogan explains it. Joe Rogan explained it in a way where he said it's only, and it's something that kind of I learned through psychedelics, was that they're just showing you the parts of yourself that you don't necessarily want to deal with. They're going to be there. And whether you want to pay attention to them or not, they're going to still affect the way that you live, because they've created a pattern within you. Mm-hmm. And you're just a slave to your patterns. And
a slave to your pattern.
You really are. Everybody is. And it's just because that's how we survive. That's how we cope.
Would you say we're slaves in a bad way or good?
It's all subjective. It's all subjective. Whatever you want it to be.
I like that.
It seriously is. I've realized that if I can only control this much, then why am I trying to force anything?
But do you feel like you can control a lot?
I feel like we can do a lot more than we give ourselves credit. I would say that. I think that we're very capable of doing some crazy things as human beings, and we are just we become so cattle.
Dude,
We're like cattle.
Man, like my first psychedelic experience, I was homeless, and
No shit.
yeah, I was actually sleeping in this was on my Swervinn session, my first Swerve session. I kind of talked about that. I talked about sleeping in the Jeep on the side of my dad's house when he was with his girlfriend and all that. And that was just at a time of him just wanting love, and she wanted him to love her kids, and that was cool, but it wasn't cool. So that was at a time in my life that I was really low, and I remember being at a party, and like I said, I don't like to drink and shit. I was smoking and shit, and smoking shit was cool, but I never really I wouldn't say it. People don't understand when you see shit, just when I say see shit, I call it spiritual Sunday is what I call it, and just seeing the light, and dude, I ate them shrooms. I was at the party. I was like, man, I really don't feel these. I just want to go home, and went back to the
party.
Yeah, and didn't feel them. So this was an hour and a half in. Go back to the Jeep that I was sleeping in. I'm homeless, right, bro? I was the Jeep just started and I was just had to get within myself to just know it was just cool, and that whole night I was just vibing and just thinking of a lot, because this is the time my brother was passed away, my brother had died and all that. So that's why I was really not understanding the fact damn, my brother died. You think that would drive me and my dad closer and all that, So I was just trying to see what is going on, and I just literally relived times me and my brother were just playing and just all the little stuff he was telling me, and I could just start thinking. The last thing before the trip ended, it was just, this was a real talk we had, and he was just sitting down telling me, he was like, damn, DJ, dude, he's smoking this shit, cool. He's like, but I just want to see you go back and play football. And that was one of the last things I heard from him before he died. So that was at that trip, I was yeah, I got to do that. I was football is what I need to do. So.
And that came from your brother?
Yeah, that came from my brother. And then, he's gone. So that was just a big, that was really instilled in my heart. And that had me that had me fucked up. Man, I got to stop smoking. I got to stop doing what I'm doing. I got to play football. I got to go work out. That's what I need to do. And I did it. And I went back. People saw I went and played college football. I was a leader in the nation, all that stuff. And I come back, and Corona happened. So I took, I was taking tabs and stuff before then, because that was at the time I was 18. So I took a tab and stuff. That was cool, but that first shroom trip really didn't tell me anything, that was talking to me, So I come back, huh?
You did it at a party.
Yeah, I know. So listen, but I didn't feel it till I got back to what I was living in, my real situation in the Jeep. So yeah. I go back to, I come back, fast forward 5 years, I experienced, drugs, whatever. I know what it is. So I come back, I'm the lead, we don't have the season. I'm damn, bro, I just don't know what else to do, and fucking The Last Dance came out, Michael Jordan and shit, and I was rolling with the round table and all that, and I was man, I just need a trip, I was just so I popped the tab, and I was before I popped the tab, this is just synchronicity. You say you're slave to your patterns. I wouldn't say that, but I would say I'm a slave to my mindset, getting what I want. And I was just man, I'm gonna see why Michael Jordan is the GOAT, and I'm gonna see how to evolve the podcast. And when that happened, man, I saw the light. Michael Jordan is the greatest ever. We all see him as the holy grail and all that. And when I just saw that, and just my life and just like my circle and the people I got within me, I was just like, shit's okay, find another door. And I started doing this and shit, and like right when I really started taking off with the pod, my friend's car got stolen, stole all my podcast shit. Minor setback for it, major comeback, And now I'm up I was really down bad. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, that shit just fucked me up. And I just got back up, took off with the detailing business, all that shit, And I just felt like it was all like to come here. And, I got in here and I was just sitting here the other day, like I got done in my apartment. I'm like, damn, bro. I just got to keep evolving, It's a pattern, like, so I just got to keep going, bro. So, yeah, like, I feel like psychedelics just showed me a lot to the trueness, I took psychedelics and cut people off the next day to get to what I need to. So
it's made me, I think that's
closing a couple doors, opening new ones. I've done that,
I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
I really am.
And I would say that's been through psychedelics. So
it really will show you lots. I can't express my, like, I don't want. I'll never condone like anybody, doing something that they're not comfortable with. Like, do
never.
Do whatever you want.
But I know my limit.
I love what it has done for my brain.
Yep.
For my soul, honestly.
Yep.
What it's done for my soul.
And if you don't believe it, like you see, and I'm not, it's like influencing or anything, you do your own thing, but, like Joe Rogan talks about it, shrooms are coming legal over pills now. That is a big push, and it's for a reason. It's not like we're lying, LSD used to be legal until people start taking, advantage of it. So I just feel like all that is better than people that are like overdosing on pills and all that.
You can literally abuse anything.
Anything, but it's a mindset, It's a mindset.
It's whatever you're.
And that's never taught me to abuse my mindset. I felt more. I got to wake up the next day and fucking do. I can get this shit. So, you ready for some Swerve Q&A?
Go for it, bro. Yeah.
Besides Cali and Missouri, what state would you like to reside in?
Ooh, I was kind of talking to my dad about this.
Today?
Yeah, a little bit, because I know that I'm not going to be in Cali forever. I may do.
How long? See, I told you, you kind of got a plan. You think you don't, but you just go by the day. You just kind of feel.
Well, for sure, bro, I got dreams. I got things that like make me excited. Like I said, I got things that excite me.
Right.
So the way that I see it, it's like, bro, I wake up and I made it to your doorstep, isn't it? Like,
yep.
I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's just a matter of mindset. If
right.
I want it, I'll do it.
Right.
I don't want to do some of these things right now.
Right.
So I'm not gonna do them right now.
I feel that.
But anyway.
And I respect that.
I'll be what I want for myself, like what I really see once I'm like, I guess, settled. Because I don't even know what that means either. Because I just want to keep traveling. I really don't want to have like a set place to live. Like I don't want to be like a nomad. I want to be everywhere. But I kind of see a place in like Oregon, like somewhere with a bunch of trees.
I like Oregon.
A bunch of trees.
You been to Tacoma?
No.
You ain't been to Washington at all?
No.
It's nice, man. Been to Seattle?
No, I got friends from Seattle.
Yeah, damn, you need to go.
Trust me.
It's dope.
Trust me.
Weather is like, that's the perfect weather. It's like here, but it's like here right now, but like 6 degrees warmer and like that good 70, not fucking.
I mean, I live in Cali, bro. The only thing bad is the air.
How is it there? What do you mean the air?
I mean, it's just a bunch of smog. It's bad. Air. It's overpopulated. A ton of people, so it's just.
Damn. Yeah. No oxygen?
They're like, I can't remember what the fucking study was. I'm gonna sound like an idiot trying to explain it, but some study said like people living in California, like living in LA, their lungs were equivalent to like a 10-year smoker or something.
Damn!
Yeah, like it was something, like they looked like it. I need to
living in how long though?
We should fact check that.
Damn, I can't. You check it. Fact check that, and I'm gonna ask the next question while you do.
For it, yeah.
Damn, and I want to know how long you.
Don't take my.
I'm gonna look that up after the pod. He said it's equivalent to how long you been smoking?
Like,
how long?
Smoker.
10-year smoker. Okay.
But I don't know that to be true. It just sounded good coming out my mouth.
I'm gonna look that up and see how long you have to live in Cali for that to be equivalent. But if that was a few years, you don't go to Cali. Jimmy. All right, we already talked about that. 2 movie crushes.
Like, oh, okay. Damn.
That's tough. Is it tough?
It is tough.
Tough. The movie crushes. Mine would probably. Ooh. See?
Like movie stars?
Yeah, it don't even have to be a star. Like I'll look her up after, see if she looks good. But I was gonna say that like 2018, Corona fucking happened. I feel like it was supposed to be a big movie year last year, and it really didn't. But
can I be real?
Yeah, go.
You're gonna think I'm lying.
What?
Bro, I don't really think about stuff like that.
What?
I'm gonna be real. That's why I was so hard. That's why I was so hard. I'm just being real, bro. I don't either, but like as an actor, like, oh, what's your favorite film? Who's your favorite director? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I just like this shit. I'm not like really, really inspired. Like that's why I said I'm not like super inspired. Like I'm trying to observe everything. It's like I take it in and I appreciate it.
Right.
And I have like my own appreciation for it. But I'm not like sitting there obsessing over like I really don't have a lot of favorite actors or actresses.
Right, and I didn't think you were at all, but I just thought like you were just more tapped into it, and that's like that's cool to talk to you and really think that like, dude, I'm just chilling like.
I really don't have an answer for that. I think like a really easy, obvious one is somebody like I like Zendaya. I think
she's nice.
I think she's beautiful. I like her personality. That's about it. I can't think of anything else off the top of the head, but just to give you an answer.
Okay. And this is my last one in the Swervinn pod. What's something you're holding on to that might be holding you back in life?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably other people's opinions of me.
Holding on to that for too long?
Yeah, like caring. I think that's the biggest mistake we make as people. Like we all care too much about everybody's opinion of us. You should care. You should care enough to not be an asshole. Care enough to like treat people like with kindness and like even if you don't necessarily agree with anything that they have to say to you, choose to be nice instead. Choose to be understanding instead. If you can't make sense of it, like I know we think things are like always this like very desperate and I don't know dire situation. I just feel like everybody's so like at war with themselves. You're coming up with all these things in your head that people are probably never gonna ever give you any shit about. But even if they do, your life won't come to an end. Like you'll probably be okay.
Right.
To me, I don't know how else to explain it other than I'm just trying not to take life for granted. I'm trying to treat.
No one can knock you off your groove besides you.
Yeah, like I know how much I play a role in this shit. It's just me at battle with my mind.
I feel that, bro, and yeah, cause that's kind of me too. I feel like no one can stop me but me, and I feel like there's shit I can work on, but I just feel like I'm grinding, and I feel like I'm just at a high right now too, So,
bro,
yeah.
I think you're exactly where you're supposed to be, truthfully. I think that it's only up.
Yep.
Even when you think you're down.
Yeah, and I would say you are too, man, because I would say like that first time we glimpsed as kids, like when we first met, like I was living with the Martins and I met you at your church, and remember that meeting, and like we just never really seen each other till like now, and I just feel like we both kind of like went on our own paths, but you're doing good, man. I'm glad to.
Bro, I can't even remember the last time I saw you.
Yeah, but I remember that, and
I have a very vague recollection of that. You know what I remember of you? I remember seeing you come in. You were at Farmington at one point, and I can't remember if this was before or after that. But when you were at Farmington for that little time in summer, I remember you. Went to the cafeteria.
Yep.
And you had this like Mario backpack or something.
Yep. That was me. Yep. That was me.
That's what I remember.
That was me, man.
I was like, dang, who the fuck is that?
Bro.
Swerve.
It's Swerve. This is Carter, boy. Hey, I'm glad to have you, man. I don't know when I'll see you again, but I'll definitely I'm gonna see you again because I'm gonna be out west, and even if I gotta stay with you a day or two, I'll make that happen.
Yeah, come through.
So glad to have you, man. You got anybody to shout out before we end the thing?
Shout out my mom, Mindy Southern. Really go.
Go. And hi. I ain't seen you in a long time. Hope all is well. We out.